What's up? I'm Dan. All good things.
Hey, I'm Liz from All Good Things.
We're dropping our Hold On EP this Friday, the 23rd of September, with a new single featuring Lacey, Sturm, an acoustic version, a B-side, and our cover of Survivor. So check that out when it comes out. It's Friday.
Beautiful, guys. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you again.
Hell yeah, you too, man. Good to be on the show.
Hell yeah. So as you say, All Good Things will release the 4-track EP Hold On this Friday, September 23rd. So we got a few things to talk about revolving that. But tell us about the album musically first and what you're going for with it.
Man, I mean, this is actually a song off of our Hope and Hell album that came out a year ago. So we've been chasing really a collab, like the right collab for this song for a long time, to be honest. And really, it just kind of finally came together. We knew the song was going to be our next single. We've been trying to find like the right voice to kind of team up with. And we played a festival in Wisconsin, a couple months back, saw Lacey Sturm play, and just kind of were blown away by, we've always liked Flyleaf, but her performance and her speech that she gave just kind of tied into a lot of the things our fans have been, saying, and what's to hold on, the song itself. And her message just seemed to kind of work with what we were trying to get out there. So we asked if she'd be a part of it. And long story short, it all worked out. And here we are, man, with a new single with Lacey. It's awesome.
Yeah, cool. And the EP is being released to coincide with the month of September, which has been nominated as Suicide Awareness Month. So I'm assuming that's no coincidence.
Yeah,
we looked at releasing it around September, and we kind of were watching what was happening in September, and that it came up that it was Suicide Prevention Month. And with the album, I Hope in Hell has been out for around about a year now. And so we've had a chance to play Hold On live, over 100 shows, with POD, with Starset, with Seven Dust. And we kept getting this feedback from all of our fans that specifically the song Hold On really meant a lot to them. Everyone's been through crazy stuff over the last couple of years. And people were really connecting with that song and saying that it kind of helped them to kind of get through some crazy things. And a lot of people had talked to us about how they'd lost family members to suicide and everything, which was just really heartbreaking. So, it was kind of serendipitous when we were looking at releasing in September, and then we saw that it was Suicide Prevention Month. So, we thought maybe it might be smart to collaborate with somebody that, that works in that world. And, we've been to tons of festivals and played at tons of festivals here over the years. And To Write Love on Her Arms is always there. They've always got a booth. They're always reaching out. And, they really made the connection between metal music and, mental health and everything, and how so many people use like metal music, but especially metal music, to kind of deal with life stresses and everything. So, yeah, we reached out to them. We said, you guys are so amazing. How can we help get your message out there and with our music and everything? So, yeah, so that's how we connected.
Yeah, cool. You got anything else to add? I think Lee's pretty covered all that.
Oh man, yeah, she pretty much covered that. But it's just it's kind of cool to connect the dots with three kind of teams of people kind of all working towards the same cause and trying to spread the word. So looking forward to it, man. This Friday we're playing at Louder Than Life, and It's Right Love on Our Arms is going to be there. We'll do a little meet and greet and kind of signing thing with them and meet up with them, and I don't know, maybe jump on Insta Live or something if anyone out there wants to hang out with us on Friday. But yeah, man, it's going to be fun. It'll be good to put it out. We've also got an acoustic track, like an orchestral kind of acoustic version of the song coming out with it too. Looking forward to dropping these two new kind of revamped versions of an old song, an old favorite.
Oh, actually, this wasn't sort of in the questions, but how good is it to be able to have meet and greets again, guys? Like, how good is it for you to actually have that connection?
Yeah, man, I'll be totally honest with you. We're a smaller band that's just happy to be on the road. So from day one, we were selling our own merch and kind of slinging our own merch and taking photos. But even probably when we weren't supposed to be. So and that actually kind of bit us at one point. I did end up catching COVID too, and had to drop off a few shows. So as much as I'm super excited about it too, I would hate for someone to catch COVID and screw something up again. But yeah, man, it is incredible to be able to just get out, and this summer has been amazing. A lot of these outdoor festivals where just kind of mingling with people and able to just hang and watch bands again and take it all in, man. It's going to be a fun weekend too. We get to open for like Slipknot, and it'll be our second one seeing that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Like, what day is it? Have I got time to make it over?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
leave now.
yeah.
Leave now.
dude. Yeah.
Can I bring me kids? I got them for the holidays. I'll chuck them in my luggage.
Totally, they'll love it.
Very cool. So I want to do something a bit unusual now. Like we don't normally do this because the EP's only got 3 actual tracks with an acoustic version on there. I want to run through the tracks individually and talk about the meaning behind each and why it's important to the campaign that you're supporting at the moment. So we'll start with Hold On.
Yeah, man. Well, just going back to it being like one of our favorite, personal tracks that the band's ever written. When we first came up with the idea, it was kind of one of the last tracks to be written for the Hope and Hell album. And it was kind of, for me personally, Liz and I write all the lyrics together, but for me, it was kind of, an anthem for ourselves to kind of keep pushing forward and keep going. And we were in a very weird place with, everything. We didn't know if we were going to be able to release the album, if we were ever going to get to tour. We had tours getting canceled and dates getting pushed back. So it was really kind of a song for us to keep going. And I think that just resonated with so many people lyrically that, it's more than just an anthem to push us forward. It's kind of to help people get through a lot of hard times. And I don't know. It's always been just one of those last, recorded songs on the record that ended up being a standout. It's always been one of our favorites to play live, and we're just super happy it's finally coming out as a single, especially with Lacey's voice on it. It's going to be a whole new level. She really takes it to a new level, man. I love her voice. It's great.
Yeah, I was listening to it last night, and she's like she can scream like the best of them, but when she sings, that girl's got so much passion in her voice.
Exactly. You can feel it, man, and, even going back to her early stuff, I was always a Flyleaf fan, and, seeing her play recently, it's just, there's this energy and this passion with her voice that is just kind of undeniable. So, getting her on that track, it was just a no brainer. And when she sent us the vocals, it was like, she changed up melodies and just did her own thing. Some of the way she timed words was just a little different. It just shows like, that's her own creative side coming out. She took it and did her own thing with it. It was very hands off, just her creativity coming out. And it turned out great.
So like another new question I got. So I guess like when you got someone collaborate like that, like you mentioned that she took it and did her own thing with it. Like as a musician, do you prefer that they do that, or would you rather them sort of stick to the structure of the song and make things easier?
I think it all depends. It depends if you're writing the song together in the studio. Obviously, that would be the ideal situation, but we've had to do so many collabs over, COVID. And then after that was done, everyone's touring. So everyone's traveling different cities. So, all these collabs we've done pretty much remotely. But that being said, this song, for, this example, it was written before she was involved. So I would rather that she didn't just send me exactly what I gave her, she just, it was more surprising for me, and it makes it feel new to me and to everyone, I think, when she kind of takes, a lyric and throws her own melody, just kind of changes it up. And her little ad-lib stuff at the end, is all uninstructed and just kind of her being herself. So I think it turned out natural, and it kind of comes across that way. Yeah,
sweet. All right, we'll move on to the second track, Relentless.
Hell yeah. I don't want to keep chatting too much, Liz. I can take this one too if you want.
But, she's looking pretty bored there. She's like, will you just shut up, Dan, and let me say something?
Yeah, feel free to jump in.
Awesome. Relentless. Yeah, Relentless. We wrote Relentless ages and ages and ages ago when we were looking at doing a deluxe version of the Machines album. And
right.
I don't know, it was like, it came pretty easy. We, had this kind of chorus idea and everything. And it almost made the album, and then we didn't end up doing a deluxe version of Machines. And then it almost made the A Hope in Hell album. And, but, we were kind of narrowing it down. We had so many favorites that we wanted to get on in the album and everything, but we did tease it at one stage to our fans, and for some reason everybody loved it. They were crazy about it. And then when our album A Hope in Hell came out, they were like, where's Relentless? It didn't an album. We're like, it didn't quite make the album. And then we did play it live once on a live stream during COVID, when we were locked in our studio, and we just played it live once, and everybody went crazy. So we've always had it in our back pocket, and always kind of wanted to do something with it. And then when we wanted to release Hold On as a single, and then we had Survivor, and then we were like, oh, we'll do an acoustic album. And then we were like, this is looking like an EP, and the label said, have you got anything else that like maybe a B-side that you might want to put on it? And we're like, oh, Relentless, we got to put Relentless on. So yeah, we were so excited to be able to tell the fans that finally made it to something. So they're all stoked. They're really excited to hear it. So, and yeah, lyrically, I mean, we always write kind of, under like Rise of the Underdog kind of songs and everything. And it, so it fit perfectly with the songs we already had that we'd planned on releasing, and, even now more than ever. So yeah.
Very cool. And then you got Survivor, which is a cover, I believe.
Yeah. Cover of Queen Bee. Yeah.
That's a cover we've had. That's another one in our back pocket for a few years now, actually. Like way back before the pandemic, we were just screwing around. We kind of had fun just taking pop songs, turning them into like, metal hard rock versions. And we had a book to the YouTube studios out here in LA, and we wanted to go and do like 5 live songs, record them all. And we were like, let's do a cover, man. We'll try a new cover. So we tried Survivor, had a little fun with that. We never got to release that until about a week ago, or this week we just put it out. But that was always like a fun cover. We'll bust out every once in a while on tour. And then, we've had a studio version for literally a couple of years now. It was just a matter of finding out how to time the release of it. So, luckily with the timing of Hold On coming out and the EP and everything, we just kind of bundled it all together. And it's been one of those that, people are surprised to hear it live, but for some reason it really translates. I think the first time, maybe the second time we played it was at Rocklahoma. We had a pit breakout to
Oh, really?
And if we can get people,
it's always crazy.
Going. So it's
always crazy. Yeah, at the start of whenever we play it, at the start, Dan always talks about that. We're going to do a cover now, and then he says something like, "You guys are going to totally hate it because, they're like, you'd say, oh, this is a Destiny's Child cover," everyone would kind of walk out. And you can see the changes on their face. Like they start out, they recognize it, and they're like, "Oh, this is a Destiny's Child cover." And then they're like, "Damn, this is a good cover." Yeah. By the chorus, they're like, "Oh yeah," they're totally into it. So it's always good to see that transition,
Well, it definitely works, because I was listening to it last night and I had no idea it was a cover. And I'm listening along, I'm thinking, fuck, this song rocks. It rips ass. And now, if I hadn't known it was Destiny's Child, I probably would have skipped it and made up some bullshit about it and looked like an idiot. So well done.
Yeah, we were looking, when we do a cover, it's always about the lyrics, you know what I mean? It has to be on brand, it has to be kind of part of our message. And that was one of those songs, it's like been such an anthemic song since I was a kid, and it's, everybody knows it. So lyrically we're like, dude, we can take this and make it heavy as hell and like make it our own thing. So it is funny, going back to what Liz said, that we'll play it a few times live and I'll get a couple guys that'll come up to me, at merch or whatever, and they're like, why the hell would you decide to cover a Destiny's Child? I liked it. Hey, really liked it. It was sick. Why would you ever do that? So I kind of like the confusion and the look on people's faces when they're like, what the hell are these guys doing? It's a lot of fun to try to win them up.
That's gold. The final track on the album, it's an acoustic version of Hold On. Like, I've got to admit, normally when I see an EP and it's an acoustic with one of the other songs at the end of it, I just go, oh, fuck, here we go again. But this is actually a good version. Like, it stands out separate to the other one. It works well.
Yeah, thanks, man. I think, Liz busted out the cello and the violin and stuff on this one to kind of make it a more, epic ambient acoustic kind of vibe there. And that was kind of the goal, to show, I guess, the softer side of this song. It can be played soft too and still as powerful, I think. So we had fun with that one.
And we were totally inspired also by the recent Architects release, where they brought the symphony orchestra in. We're like, damn, that's so cool. So that kind of made us curious to maybe try the song out and see what it would sound like with a little bit more of an acoustic and strings kind of arrangement. So it was fun.
Well done. Now, I think it was probably about 18 months ago that I spoke to you guys last, and I got to say, it's probably one of my favourite interviews. You guys rock. You're cool as fuck. But a lot's happened to you guys since we last spoke, like the biggest of which was the album I Hope in Hell coming out. So how was it received? Because I know that it was your first big one on a big label.
Man, it's been a hell of a year. We we dropped that album while we were on tour with POD, From Ashes to New. That was about 2 months. Week and a half off. We went on another 2-month tour with Starset. Home for the holidays, and then we went back out with Seven Dust later in the earlier in the year there, and just a lot of like weekend shows lately. So going from a studio project, kind of like what started as a licensing band, to a whole lot of shows this year. It's been a good transition, man. It's like we finally kind of got to the point where we're able to play this live in front of a bunch of different people and tour with some of our favorite bands we look up to, man. It's been a hell of a year.
Shit,
Yeah, a number one, you know, rock radio hit, which was insane. We can't believe that. We still laugh about that, like it's just so crazy. And, you know, an iHeart Awards nomination, that was hilarious, like totally surreal, sitting there with Claudia Schiffer and Little Nas X and going, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, dude. That was wild.
Yeah, it's just been surreal. Yeah, just so much fun.
It's good because I've got that CD in the car. Yeah, I'm old school. I still put CDs on. I don't even know how to work an iPod. But, it's funny because I put it on, like people look at the cover of it and they'll sort of start listening to it. You can sort of see them going like, what the fuck's going on here? And then you look at them after a couple of tracks, you know, and they're bopping away, and it's good catchy music. People should get into it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, before we go, you guys got a couple of Australians in the band. So when are you coming home and letting us see you guys on a big stage?
We've been gagging. We've been gagging to get over, but you know, with the Rona and everything, it's been a bit of a challenge. So yeah, we're hoping soon. You know, it's crazy, like, you know, because everyone was kind of stuck at home for a year and a half or whatever. Now all the bands are out at the same time. So now, you know, it's hard to get a spot, and everybody's vying for the same spot. So the answer is as soon as possible. We would love to get over there and play.
All right, I'm going to shoot Tim from Better Noise Music a message as soon as we get off, and I'm going to give him a kick up the ass for you. I'm going to say, get these guys over here.
Sounds good.
Dude, absolutely. You should. That'd be great. You know, it's funny because our next tour we're going out on with Theory of a Dead Man. We're taking off here tomorrow. It starts in my home state of Montana with like 4 shows in my home state, which the band's barely played. So I think it only makes sense now. We got to go back to, you know, Liz and Andrew's, you know, hometown and play there. It only makes sense. That should be our next tour, I guess.
Well, I'll pick you up in the airport with a carton under the hands, and we'll get going from there.
Yeah, we'll stop off at Dan Murphy's.
Well, big funny, you're original and the best with us, so why not?
Yep, exactly.
Acoustic set. There we go.
Oh, there we go. All right, guys. So once again, it's been an absolute pleasure. The EP Hold On is out this Friday, the 23rd, and say I'm not really a fan, normally a little smaller collections like that, but it's a good shit collection of songs, guys, so I hope it does well.
Thanks,
Dude,
Chris.
that's awesome, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
No worries, guys. Hopefully we catch up in the flesh sooner rather than later.
Killer. Sounds good.
Man. All right, guys. Enjoy your tour.
Thanks for having us, man. Take care.
See ya.